Eeny, meeny, miny.
Mo power, baby. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris Kirby here with Insane Imports and Best Damn Powder Coating. Today we're going to be diving into turbocharger selection, what's going to be best for our motor trans combo, and how we're going to get it all to fit in the back of this little truck with such limited room. Spoiler alert, lots more cutting. Always fun. Please remember, like, subscribe, comment. We've noticed you guys have been watching. Some of you have not been subscribing. Please do so. Let us know that you're interested, that you're following the build. We're going to keep pumping out these episodes, and we want you to be there along the journey. So let's get into it.
All right, I'd like to go ahead and do a quick overview for anyone just now tuning in. If you are new to our channel, we are in the process of doing the K24 swap. This is going in my 95 Honda Acty. So far, we have gotten the motor in place. We've done a lot of cutting. We've made our motor mounts. We've done some powder coating on the valve cover. We have gutted the entire interior. The windshield has been pulled out. And last weekend, we got our new radiator installed. Recently purchased this Hybrid Racing Universal K-Swap harness. They are very upfront that this harness right here only works with a K20 harness. I believe it was from an 02 to 04 RSX or anything similar. I was aware that I had a K24 harness. I was like, you know what? I could probably make it work. And I was incorrect. So instead, we are bringing you turbocharger awesomeness.
All right, so some of you may be asking yourself, why a turbocharger? You can just put a supercharger on the back, it bolts right in, it's less work. You are correct. You could just put a little shot of nitrous on there. It'd be a good time, it would add power, get you where you want to be. Also correct. But for me personally, I am a turbo guy. If I didn't put a turbo on this truck, I'm pretty sure, besides my white Acty, it would be the only vehicle that I own that doesn't have a turbo on it, and we're not going to do that to the truck. On top of that, turbos are the best. They make all the best noises. They give you the whoop. They give you sometimes, if you don't run your blow-off valve, the stu-doo-doo-doo-doo. And you know, if it's externally gated, you get that awesome scream when the wastegate opens up. There's an assortment of fun sounds. They never get old. We're going to give it all the goods. We're going to give it all the fun sounds because the tiny truck deserves it.
I purchased this one originally. This was going to go on the stock motor, but the stock motor blew up before I could even put a turbo on it. So we're shelving this one, might put it on the white truck. This is my buddy Michael Crandall's old S15 Sylvia turbo. He gave it to me when he did a big Garrett upgrade on his, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, Michael, for the free turbo. Once again, this is the one we're going to be using. It just makes sense for our setup. And this big boy right here is a Precision 6875. It's going on my Integra. There's plenty of options out there to build them, but I don't want to get into that. I'm probably going to blow it out anyways, just with this little guy. We're going to be running 7 pounds of boost out of this little Garrett, but I like it. It's internally gated. I don't have to worry about a wastegate flange, none of that. So that's going to make this process a little bit easier, and anything that we can do to make this easier on ourselves at this point, take advantage of that.
All right, guys, so we are underneath the truck. We're getting ready to make our marks where the header is hitting. The header is hitting an actual structural support item of the back of this truck. So even though we are notching it right now just to receive this header, we are absolutely coming back once the swap comes out and doing a re-support of this. We have drilled 4 holes in the area that we want to cut out. We got A, B, C, and D. Creates a little box. It's a plunge cut for our air saw. So those holes are going to give us the ability to just stab our air saw into that hole and then cut a straight line. A to B, B to C, C to D, so on and so forth.
Here's a quick view. We got that little center section cut out. You can see the gap now. We have plenty of clearance for our header, plenty of room for the motor to torque, and for all of it to still clear.
We are going to get into right now seeing if a Integra Type R steering wheel, this is out of a 94 Integra Type R. It came out of my Integra, but we're going to see if the spline count for this steering wheel matches the spline count for that steering wheel. See if we get lucky, because I think it would be incredibly cool to have a Type R steering wheel in the little Honda Acty truck. Well, that was easy. All right, now here's the real question. Does a spline count fit? Because if it doesn't, then it is unsafe just to torque this thing down. It fits, guys. Type R steering wheel from an Integra, Honda Acty. They were made to be a team, and it's a big day.
All right, there we have it. The Integra Type R steering wheel fits in the Acty truck perfectly. It is safe, it's not sketchy at all. It is a direct fitment. Yeah. All right, guys, the third little thing that I was wanting to get accomplished with this weekend is I want to get the template made for the weight plate of the front of the Acty. Now, this is just like a thin sheet of plywood-like material. You can get this at Lowe's. I'm still in the air if I want to put the front mount on the front of the truck. I'm considering mounting it in the top of the bed, like right there, flat ways. If I put it in the front of the truck, it'll have to go in front of the bumper on the weight plate. It will be completely exposed. That could look cool, like some Mad Max style. Interact with me, comment, tell me, say, hey, nope, we absolutely want you to put it in the front. We're gonna put it in the front. You absolutely wanna see it in the back. Enough of you guys chime in and that's your call. That's what we're gonna do. So keep the comments coming. Help me out. Tell me what you wanna see. We are going to now start measuring for the weight plate. What we've done is I've just shoved my tape measure into that crease. It's holding together pretty good. We've come out to the very side of the bumper. That looks to me to be about flush mounted. We don't want the weight plate to stick out past the side. We don't want to catch our freaking ankles on it or anyone else to catch their ankles on it. So we're gonna start at that point. We're at a little over 54.5 inches. I'm going to go to 54 3/4. It'll give us a little bit of real estate to work with. While I don't want it to poke out very far, a little bit, not going to be the end of the world. All right, so we have our final measurements at 55 by 18 inches. We have our marks connecting the 4 points, and then we have a straight edge. This is from my tiling days, and we're going to use that to mark out just a giant square, and then we'll take it over and have the metal piece laser cut. And there is our completed template for our weight plate. Do not mind that little cardboard box poking out right there. That's just for support so we can get a good view of how it sits. I don't know, that radius looks pretty good on the edge. I might square that back end up a little more to run with the body line a little better, but you get the gist of it. We could also still add a front lip to the front of the bumper, which I think I'm going to do, so the bottom of the radiator is just not that exposed so it doesn't stand out as bad. But this gives you guys an idea of what the weight plate's going to be shaped like, and we'll get this off to the laser cutters, and hopefully in the next few weeks we'll have the weight plate back and work on that install.
Sunday afternoon again, so you know what that means. It's time for me to clean up the mess I made, get my little shop back into a workable condition for Monday morning. But I hope you enjoyed the content that we put out this week. We chipped away at the little things, which in the grand scheme of things is big. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. And we will see you next week.